Welcome back for episode 34 of the RADelaide Summit podcast. Yes, it's been a few weeks, but in this week's episode, along with co-hosts Colossal Wang and Cash Me Outside, we cover how it all went, the last rounds of Super Series, some savage fast times up Norton Summit, we send out some well wishes to a dear friend and listener, and more. Come along for the ride.
Ruby opens up. Heyman is back. It's time to do the business.
If you're new to the podcast and haven't listened before, each week, well, some weeks, maybe just occasional weeks, we scour the Strava leaderboards, watching you do your efforts up Norton Summit and discuss them here on the podcast, whether you like it or not. There's a chance we might shame you, but we promise not to name you personally. And the odds are high that we're probably going to shame ourselves because we're just not as fast as you, except one person here. So look, at the end of the day, our goal is to encourage and celebrate everyone going up Adelaide's best hill climb at Norton Summit and reaching their own goals. So for this week's RADelaide Summit, what is that word?
Revival.
Okay.
Rev.
I was going to say revival. Episode. Your summiters are Alex.
Hello. Is that hello?
Cash Me Outside.
Hello.
And the big dog, Colossal Wang.
Hello, guys.
And I'm Frankie, as everyone knows. So a big welcome back.
Yeah, we're back.
I know.
It's been a while.
Whoops.
Better late than never.
That's it. Well, welcome, guys. As always, we want to know what's been happening on or around the summit this week. But as we've got a new guest, Cash Me Outside, let's get to know him a little better.
Yes.
And see how he landed on the bike. So, mate, tell us how you got into cycling.
So, 10 years ago, I was riding my motorbike and just got clipped, so narrowly T-boned.
Oh, shit.
And came off that, and then had hand surgery. And then a mate of mine I've known for years now, gone 20 years, he's always ridden, and he said, why don't you get a bike, because that'll be safer.
Oh, yeah.
But
Safer.
in all honesty, I feel a lot safer on the bike than I do on a motorbike.
Interesting.
So I
Wait, so you did no cycling prior to motorbiking at all?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, look, I did a little bit of BMX and commuting when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But like nothing.
No lycra.
No.
So now you've got less
just leathers.
clothes, same speed almost, and you feel safer.
Yeah.
I like
It
it.
makes so much sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So 10 years now. So yeah, it's good times. Love it.
Years.
So in that 10 years, though, like what's been the most favourite achievement or adventure on the bike?
Ooh. I reckon this year, actually.
Really?
You reckon? Why is that? Is that because you've got
Cheeky little Super Series
Yeah,
win.
27th of the 11th.
Bit from column A, bit from column B. little win there, new bike, and just
New bikes.
actually just really enjoying the bike again and not having
Which is the first one or
a
the second one?
structured training.
Interesting.
First one. I mean, I don't really train that much. I probably get out, 8 to 10 hours a week.
Not much.
Not really.
Everyone
That's
else
the
is
magic
rolling
number
his
according
eyes.
to the real Chamoy.
Mm.
8 to 10 hours.
So I reckon that, maybe. Yeah. I did a little bit of track when I first started, a bit of track sprinting, and that was super fun. But just being an old dog, there's no real future in it. So I just enjoyed it and did that. And then do a bit of mountain biking. Not really much cross these days, but just a bit of road and a bit of mountain bike. And love it.
Well, speaking of bikes, what one do you ride at the moment?
Riding S5s, fellow
Oh,
S5.
get out.
The best bike. Yes.
Because no one has one in Adelaide. Oh, sorry, I have an R5. That's right.
Very rare, those S5s.
Yep.
So we actually have matching bikes, don't we?
Yep, we
Matching
do.
colours, I know.
Yeah, except Cashy's is like an adult size.
Wow.
And
It goes about 20 kilometres an hour quicker.
Wow. Thank you. Well, you had a crash on it recently, didn't you?
I did.
It was really
Too
sad,
early.
everyone. Can you imagine crashing $12,000 worth of deliciousness? It was insured though, so you were able to get it fixed,
I
right?
Got it.
Was that
Claimed
the
it on insurance, thankfully. And the guys at the shop were really good in dealing with that. So shout out to Riv because he was really great with that.
Bless.
It was. It actually wasn't that bad, apart from copping a tire in the back, and I still have a mild scar from someone
shit.
running over me. But that's okay.
Oh god. Is that the worst crash you've ever been in?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. 100%.
That was Moonter.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
What caused it?
some fencing and some other riders.
Just the bunch,
Another
just the
rider.
bunch moving. Like,
Yeah.
and it happened last year as well. I don't know if he has a handle name actually, but
We'll have to take that off air.
poor old mate went down. Bless his cotton socks. And I think actually there's been a crash every year there.
Yeah, last year there was a crash there.
Well, speaking of crashes, I swear this year, around me anyway, there's been like an increase in crashes over the last like 2 months. So I don't know what's happening.
You're the common
Probably
denominator.
I think
mate.
so.
The most crashes in Elite that I've ever seen this year.
I wonder if you were to go back, and not that I'm going to do this, but if you were to go back and look at average speed over the years, how much faster it's gotten.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Good point.
in saying that, so I've gone to D grade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the average speed in D grade is 42 kilometers an hour in
Yeah, that's
the
amazing.
Vic Park crits.
Really?
What? Yeah. What is that?
I'm
That's pretty
gobsmacked at that.
fast.
That's
I know.
fast.
That's why I get dropped after 15 minutes. It's insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
impressed. I'm genuinely impressed.
me too.
That's
so
yeah.
I don't know if there's handicapping issues or
Mind you, you're doing it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Shorter race.
Yeah.
yeah, it's true, but it's very
Still,
fast.
It's
But anyway, we're taking away from
Sorry.
Cash Me Outside.
Sorry, Cashy. Yes.
Because is there anything else you do off the bike that keeps you
yes.
looking like you do? Because you're
Alex
an
wants to know for
incredible
himself.
specimen of a human.
you're making me blush. I do a
It's
little bit
just
of
natural.
no. Look, in all fairness, both my parents, they've always exercised. We've always eaten well.
I'm gonna have a
it's-
donut.
I have been really, really lucky, like surrounded myself with that environment my whole life.
Broccoli and
So, yeah.
And
basically.
ethnics have good food. So.
Yeah. Mum's side's Italian, so we go right. So
Yeah.
it's good. My
never,
stepdad's Sri
never go
Lankan.
hungry.
What?
really.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you
yeah,
kidding
yeah.
me?
Yeah, so I grew up going to my stepdad's mum's house on the weekends, and we'd just eat curries and
Oh, delicious.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love
yeah, it was
curry.
amazing.
Mm.
But apart from that, just gym. I've got a little gym in the garage. That's about it, I think.
Well, no, you're an avid guitarist. Not that that makes you like look good, but you know, you do a lot of other
Well, I
hobbies.
do attempt it. Yeah,
Well, it's working.
thank you.
Holy shit! I think
moving on.
Alex is hitting on you.
What have you been doing, Frank? Or what haven't you been doing,
I
Frank?
haven't done shit.
Eating those.
Why do you think we've got no podcast anymore? No, I've just been fat, obviously, as I hold my Krispy Kreme donut
It's
in
your
my hand.
fourth one, is it?
Third or fourth?
Third
I've
or
lost
fourth.
count.
That's
Yeah.
Anyway, so no, I went to an auction yesterday, guys.
Ooh,
Wait, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
what type
So
of auction?
I'm not sure. The one where they have a hammer and they hit the thing.
House auction.
Oh yeah, sorry. Anyway, so I've been like looking, and it was on the market or advertised for 535,000. So this was this is in
big
Findon.
spender.
So I was like, oh yeah, like I could do that. So I got
Frankie's the youngest one here, and she's just rolling.
Well, you live at home.
yeah, I know. My
You-
mum loves it.
You've got a good job.
Yeah.
Drive a $20 car.
You've got a
It's
fully
not a-
sick car. Yeah.
Okay, all right, mate.
I'd
Mate.
be staying.
So yeah, I got my pre-approval, and I was like, yeah, man, I reckon
I've got this in the bag.
I've got this in the bag. So I get there. 50 other people also get there. And the first bid straight off the bat, 550. So I was like, well, fuck, there we go.
I'm
Never
out.
mind.
Did you go, I'm out, and throw your arm up? And they're like, to you.
No. And would you believe it? That house ended up selling for 635,000, right? And it was a knockdown job. And I'm like, are you kidding
It's
me?
not surprising in this climate.
So, Olga, Mum, I'm staying at home forever.
Why wouldn't you? Save the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, I haven't really been doing much exercise. I've just kind of been feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, that's it.
You went to a gig last weekend?
How did
Wait,
that
did
go?
I?
Yeah.
What gig?
Harvest Rock.
Harvestor.
Harvest.
Oh yeah, I went to Harvest Rock.
Harvestor Rock.
Remember, and then you stood us up.
Oh, don't you start. Oh, you fucks. Guys, I was so close to quitting the podcast.
Oh, you did.
You were
No.
never quitting.
I did. I actually did quit for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was at Harvest Rock, and the boys were just like, oh, we're doing the podcast, come over, right? So you could leave and come back whenever you wanted at Harvest Rock, because I only bought the
Can you
tickets.
clarify? Because you sent us a photo. It's pissing down with the rain. It's a mud pit.
Yes.
You've got white fucking pants on.
Oh no, that was a bad error.
And you were outside, so we thought you had left.
I did
Hence
leave.
staging the joke.
I did leave to go to my office to get out the rain. And then you guys were like, "Oh,
Were you not wearing a garbage bag?
I was." I don't have a poncho, so I took a trash bag with me and I cut a hole in it. And I was walking around with a trash bag.
Did you have your arms out?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Just kidding.
Only the one hole.
Only the one.
I only need
That's
one
all
hole.
you'll need.
Just the one is just fine.
And it was funny until I actually needed it. So it was
The whole.
With the hole? Which hole?
the waterproofness.
Oh, right.
It kind of worked, but then it didn't. So that's why we left. Anyway, listeners,
To come to the podcast.
These malakas decided to message me at about 5:30, and we're like, "Oh, hey, we're doing pod. Like, if you want to come past and just give us a wave, like, come to." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, for the good of the pod." Anyway, I get here. Do you think anyone was here? No. Anyway, I was really mad, and I quit the pod. But now I'm back.
We saw the funny side of it.
Yeah, fucking hilarious.
Everyone
Everyone I
else listening
told
to
the
this
story
is pissing
thought it
themselves
was funny.
laughing right now. I got warned today saying be nice to Frankie.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
I did actually message Alex on the way here saying, should we tell her?
Should we tell her 6:30?
6:30? And just see what the reaction's like?
She
I'm
would
gonna-
literally kill you.
I would. See, Cashy knows. He can sense the line. But these two.
No, I like to overstep it.
That's why this podcast is going to get shut down after 3 episodes.
Why?
With Wang. Calling it now. Anyway, that's enough about me. Speaking of Wang, tell us. What have you been doing besides being a pest on Facebook?
just the usual social media pest. Not much new in the world
Not
of
much new.
in the
just-
world of
just
Wang.
an 800-kilometre week.
That's
Yeah,
what I
banging out the Ks. Did a big week this week. Finished up Super Series. We had a pretty good, successful series with our team, with the Real Chamoy winning the final round
We
and Cash Me
destroyed the
Outside
fun, yep.
winning the first round. So we had a nice little rocket
Oh, you
sandwich.
got up on the first, did you?
Yeah.
Cannon Bend.
Yeah.
Nice work. That is right. I remember that.
And we finished third overall in the team. So
good
I
photo.
think we done. Yeah, good photo with no one on the podium. I think we done well against some full-time teams,
Yeah.
which was good.
It's good fun. Just need to space it out next year if you're listening.
Yeah, hopefully they do it a bit longer rather than being so rushed, and hopefully they don't cancel Gawler because it's too windy, which I was a little bit disappointed about.
Yeah, well, I wasn't.
Still
was
not
I.
over it.
I still don't know how you do the Ks.
Work from home's a blessing.
And he's got a calloused arsehole.
The old,
One hole.
That's
the
all
old
you need.
lunchtimes with sessions work a treat. But no, did my 200th Norton this week.
That's like 12 times more than me. Wait, no, 12 times. No.
12
Never
times
mind.
12.
I can't do maths.
You do good maths.
I'm a good engineer.
So yeah,
with numbers,
smashed the
Spreadsheets?
summit this week, and apart from that, not much racing going on at the moment. Bit of a break because of the Clipsal 500.
Wait, did you do the gritty, nitty city?
He doesn't go off
No,
road.
my
Oh,
bike
okay.
would have got dirty.
Yeah,
We don't
okay.
do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's about it.
Nice
Hopefully, hit the Nats in Buninyong later in early next year. That's about all that's going on.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Well, Alex,
Mm.
tell us
well,
about your boring life.
yeah, it's been like, 5 weeks since but my boring life.
Yeah.
Thanks, champ. Well, I got sick again. It's been like
Mate.
4 times this year.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Not the COVIDs, but that kept me off the bike for about 10 days. And then going to Echelon, going to the gym. Everything's been super fun though, until today. I got a bee in my helmet.
Old Barry
Today?
B got him.
Today, just fucking...
Did you get, wait, let me see. Let me inspect.
I don't know if you can see it. It's
Are
on
you
this
allergic
side.
to it? Are you,
No, I don't
No.
think so. The other side.
No, other side.
Yeah.
our friend,
Oh, you didn't get.
I don't know if he has a handling name, Echelon. He's
Oh.
super allergic to bees. Kim.
Really? Oh yes, he told
And
me a
he's got
story.
to, he's got to ride with
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
EpiPen.
He's
Stallard
he's,
is Stallard's the
he's,
same. He's got to carry 2 with him.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Just
that
in
wasn't.
case the first one doesn't work.
It was just
Gotta have the
the
second
shock of getting stung at speed because we weren't mucking around.
Did it hurt?
Yes, it hurt.
Okay.
We actually had to stop and
Yeah.
get it out of his helmet.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Well,
"Oh, the pain's gone." And then I was like, "No, it's not." Yes, it is.
Can't feel my skull.
Yeah. So 17 antihistamines later, and I am sorted.
Jesus Christ.
But no, exciting stuff. Maybe not so exciting. Controversial. The S-Works is actually officially for sale.
The
I
gravel
know-
bike.
The gravel bike,
Yeah,
yes.
sick.
I have bagged it in the past. There is actually nothing wrong with it. I just prefer the Cannondale.
For the sake of the sale.
Yeah.
It is a nice looking bike.
It is, yeah.
It's
so,
black.
So hit me
and
up if you want it.
things.
It's actually green
Really?
and purple.
What?
Under
Yeah.
the sun, under
Yeah.
the sun they change.
In the heat,
those
it's
ones.
green. In the cold, it's purple.
Dude, that's some like.
Some other things normally go purple in the cold as well.
Oh my.
Eggplants.
God. Holy.
Anyway, Frankie, what else has been going on?
Well.
How did you go in the Super Series?
Oh, so we're going to talk about the Super Series now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, guys, so I did every round besides the Moonta round because I was somewhere, can't remember where.
Did you do Wallaroo?
No.
Right.
It's the
Well,
best
that was
round of the
cancelled.
series.
No, it wasn't.
No, it
Wallaroo and Moonton.
So you know
Wallaroo
what?
and
I'm
Moonta.
not even listening to a word you say. So with East End, I am not good with turning. And so I...
Actually, I do recall a conversation saying, "How do I turn?" Only moments before race start.
Yeah, so Alex was there literally like, okay, well, you need to look where you want to turn. Look at the telephone box.
Because Frankie would go around the corner looking at the fence. I'm like, "That's where you're going."
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. I was just a bit apprehensive. So what would happen is I would slow down at every turn. They would take off and I would basically have to sprint to keep up. And I was managing to hold on until the last 2 laps. And I think I just like gassed myself. But I do think during Super Series, I was definitely fit enough for Cat 2 Women's. But I just
Definitely.
didn't
Just a
know
little bit
how
of
to.
handling skills. Yeah.
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 So East End went well. However, Unley crit. I was actually so good. So not to like toot
Tell us
my
about it.
not to toot my own horn,
No tickets on myself.
But
but so Cat 2 Women's. I ended up bridging the gap between the bunch and the
Ooh.
2 people in front. I think I was on my own for about 3 or 4 laps.
Was that your own teammate you were chasing?
No,
Oh, okay.
I mean I've done that before.
She did that earlier on in the Super Series.
They
I'm
pulled
going to
me-
help.
Yeah, I know. They pulled me aside and they're like, Frankie, no. But yeah, I bridged the gap between, the whatever I said before.
I think
And-
that particular race, though, one of the girls was still off the front and you bridged to the girl trying to go to her.
Oh,
so
was I?
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh, okay.
there was still one girl long gone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But it was
I
good.
was
Solid
proud.
effort.
It was a solid effort, and
didn't
then
crash.
I got dropped. I didn't crash. No.
Was
but-
yours race wet?
No.
No,
I think we
you
just
were okay.
missed the
Just
rain.
missed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I went, and I reckon I'm going to do next year. I think.
What
and
do you mean
just
you
do-
reckon?
So what?
You will be.
not quitting
God.
cycling now?
Well, I did want to quit. But
you have an R5.
S5.
It's a
Yeah, I
climbing
know.
bike.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It is nice to climb on also.
It's just nice all around, really. Anyway, so how about you guys? So you were both in Masters Cat.
No,
Elite.
we were both elite.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's
Big
right.
boy.
I mean, we are old. This is correct. Not that old.
So you were both on the same team, Rocket Racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about Masters, though, I think out of the... How many rounds were there?
5, not even.
6.
6.
So out of the 6 rounds, I think 3 of them were won by Masters guys anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, actually. Yeah,
so
yeah.
more than half the rounds were won by guys
Yeah.
in Masters.
I reckon that's an endurance thing because I feel like the older you get, the better you are at endurance.
Yeah. And also,
Could be.
they're all working class peeps as well.
Yeah, man.
It's cool.
Yep.
I rate it.
I do like it too. It kind of just shows you can do anything really.
And have
Age
fun.
is not a barrier.
It's actually
Yeah.
good.
So walk me through your experience with East End and then your experience with Unley.
East End.
Yeah.
East End was an interesting race.
Why?
There was 3 crashes in our race,
Jesus.
Mm.
just from people dive bombing and just
Yeah, it was
Making
pretty fast
silly-
and pretty sketch.
silly mistakes.
Yeah.
Every corner.
And then people taken out of the lap when they're not affected by the crash. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a sore point after the first
Eyebrow
crash.
raising going on over there.
Sometimes I actually didn't. There was a couple of close calls, and I think that I got when I first. I think I was doing Shimano Supercrit, right? This was a couple of years ago, and I was racing with I can't remember which team, and the guy actually flagged me. He's like, no, sit here, just wait.
Because you were held up by
Yeah. Just play it smart, and it doesn't mean like you're milking it, but you definitely got to be smart about it. Like, what are you going to do? Try and bridge and just waste all that energy? So, but it was a hard race. It was sketchy.
It was hard. Yeah.
Who won?
Frizz.
Yeah. He's
Frizz
world
got
class.
us.
For the win, he is world class
Nice.
considering he was leading Tour Tasmania.
Mm.
That's just finished.
So that was East End, and then Unley, the real Chamoy.
What happened?
Yeah, the
then?
real
Lit
Chamoy
shit
just tore
up.
them and all. Just tore everyone a new one.
He is on. I wasn't there because I had
Injuries.
and dad duties, and I was just in no state. But that's okay. But he is on another level.
Why?
He was on that day.
Yeah.
Well, the main field, we got pulled out after 25 minutes because the break,
Had
Had
almost-
all the way around.
almost
She
lapped us.
Are you kidding me?
which was fine with me. I didn't really want to race anyway. But yeah, the real Chamoy just attacked him.
So just
Time
sat at
after time.
tempo and was just able to pump out some.
And one
hectic
solo.
ones.
Well, no, there was a pro in his breakaway, and he attacked the breakaway and got away,
Jesus Christ.
and then dropped his chain.
What does
got
that
put-
mean? Sorry. drop
Chain
his-
fell
Chain
off.
came off.
What?
So then they put him back with the breakaway rather than off the front, and then he did it again and won.
Oh my god.
Beast mode. Yeah.
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 Delicious.
So
How
if,
about-
if you're listening, Real Chamoy, we did invite you, mate.
He'll be listening in between feeds of his newborn.
Yeah.
How about you, Alex?
I just somehow ended up to be a breakaway specialist this year. Seemed to be every which way.
It's all the training you've been doing.
I
You have
think
to put that down to the
Riding
riding
Wang.
with Wang and Real Chamoy, I think.
Wow, that's a bit of a
Yeah.
I'm big dog
Flex.
right there.
Yeah.
it has been very handy.
The Wang and Chamoy coaching.
Yeah. So same in our grade, main bunch got pulled out. We had two bunches of like 2 breakaways. And yeah, I finished 10th at Unley, but finished 10th as well overall
That's
in
amazing.
the series. Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
I think
yeah.
every race had, just about every race at Unley had them stop early because of a breakaway.
Yeah, it was
I know
good.
the elite women's, they got stopped as well. Yours did, ours did.
Yeah. And we had about 10 minutes of rain. That was pretty sketch.
Yeah, that
Because like it just
be
was
on that
puddled
course.
on that second
And
to last corner.
that is slippery, that area.
Yeah,
we
especially
actually all
the
just
first
went,
corner.
okay, let's go around the corners, then we'll get back on it because it was like sketch.
Especially that one. What is it? Corner one. Technically.
Yeah, through
Yeah.
the spoon drain
Yeah.
onto the pavers,
Anyway.
into the bushes.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So is anyone training for anything in particular though?
Just getting fat.
You and I going on a road trip possibly, Wayne?
Yeah, I
Wait,
reckon
what?
we're going to have a bro trip to Bunyong and do the Grand Fondo, I reckon.
Mm.
So
When's that?
Yeah,
Early
what date?
January.
January the 6th, was it the 6th?
He wants to be invited.
7th.
No, I got a wedding. Got my cousin's
You had a
wedding
wedding? Is
Yeah.
it in Bunningong?
in Toowoomba.
Oh.
It's close.
Is that near Goomerachera?
No, it is not in Maracha. No,
Yeah,
Oh,
January.
it's
It's
near
up
the
in
Barton.
it is near the Barton. Actually, funny story about that. When I first moved here, so I moved here just on almost 10 years ago.
Wow.
And
Where from? Sorry for
from
context.
Queensland.
Yep.
And I looked at it, and there was this one sign, and there was a quite a large gap in between. And I'm like, "Oh, have you been to the Barton?" And they're like, "This is no shit." I'm like, "What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "The Barton. It's just on the other side of the city." And they're like, "Oh,
Theberton.
Theberton." I'm like, "Yeah, that one. Yeah, cool."
Dude, my boyfriend says the exact same.
You got
So
a
he's from
boyfriend?
Brisbane
He
as
is
well.
from Brisbane.
Must be
Yeah, and he was
Brisbane.
just like,
Vegas.
"So are we going to the Barton?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
I've
Does
got
he wear
quite-
leg warmers when it's 25 degrees?
and a ski mask?
And a buff?
I get a little bit cold sometimes.
It's very lean.
Yeah.
I have Sydney clients, and they always like, it's on Googa Street. I'm like, it's Gooja Street.
Oh, I do like saying Gilbert Street though. Have you been on Gilbert Street in the city?
Sorry, what?
Gilbert.
Oh. No.
No?
No.
Just try it out sometime.
Adelaide is like that a lot. So like I remember when I went over to Melbourne.
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 Yeah, there was this suburb called Listerfield, and I remember reading it, and I was like, Listerfield. And I was just like, everyone just thought I was just an idiot. We pronounce things like absolute
Way more posh than we are.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway.
Anywho, so look, we've got some uppers, we've got some downers, and we've got some in-betweeners today. But I want to start off with, and this is on behalf of all of the pod and a bunch of our listeners too, we're passing on the greatest well wishes and hope for the best recovery to Jason and his family. Unfortunately, Jason was involved in a bike versus car crash a couple of days ago. We don't know the full details, but we're hoping you get well soon, mate. So
Yeah.
all the best.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
That was hard to,
I know.
like,
Mate.
it's interesting. Like as soon as you see something on the news, there's like a bit of a hands gap between whoever the story's about. But this person does e-crits
Yes.
all the time.
Always
He's a
comes up
fan
and
of-
says
fan
hello.
of the podcast,
Yep.
comes and says
Listener
hello.
to the podcast, yeah.
And seeing someone almost like close to who is in your circle of friends to get
It
It's
touches home.
it
Yeah.
does. It's just
Yeah.
like, well, shit, we're not, maybe we should go on motorbikes back in
No.
the day. But yeah.
And doesn't it bring out all the trolls on Facebook?
Oh, yeah.
It
We
does.
love
It
those.
does.
I read that one and I was like, are you serious? Like,
what do they say?
people just savage.
No, there was a guy I was having
Not
a bit of
nice.
fun with.
Just like, cyclists deserve it. Or
Yeah,
something
something
like that.
No, there was one guy saying, no, that's an illegal bike that he's riding. It's got
Are you
no
kidding me?
reflectors, no bells. Like,
Blah, blah, blah.
what the fuck are you talking about, mate?
Yeah.
Is that going to stop his crash because he's got a fucking bell on his bike?
Yeah.
Like, these... Yeah.
Anyway, people will be people, but get well soon, mate.
Yeah.
On a positive note, we are all actually sitting here drinking beer,
Well.
but a listener and writer, Matt Rogers, has bought us 3 coffees.
Amazing.
Obviously, one was for Josh. He's
Lol.
not here.
Not anymore.
Too bad, Josh.
So I shall claim that. But Matt himself rolled a PB of 15 flat up Norton, just or around
15
yeah,
flat.
15
Are you
00,
kidding?
yeah.
Oh, that
Which is
hurts.
exactly the same as Josh's as well.
That
Not in the 14 club.
15's still pretty good.
Yeah,
like,
but
people...
It's not a 14, is it?
No, it is not.
Sorry.
Yes, it's true.
One
Well-
more second and he would have been in the 14 club.
Wow.
Matt, hit me up and I'll send you out an OG RADelaide Summit sticker.
Hells yeah. Well, on that note, let's jump right into it. The main reason why we exist is to see who's been spinning up the summit this week and check out the times for the folks who've been giving us a show.
Not
It
Frankie.
might be the fast guys. It might be the slow ones like me. It may just be everyone in between. But like we said, we're going to dive into their ride and, just see what's been happening. So with that, I think, Kashi, you're going to run through the men's time. So here's
Fastest man and woman from
our
the week.
delicious spreadsheet. Look how good that spreadsheet is, man.
That
Doesn't that
is.
just turn you on?
It's not bad.
Yeah.
All right, what do we got? Okay, for this week, I'm going to start with the top woman.
Wait a second.
Yeah, do the top woman first.
You turn it on the wrong spreadsheet.
Oh,
Yeah.
calm
There
down.
we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Top woman for the week. So, their handling name, microscopic noodle bag.
Oh, that's unusual.
Regular to the
a-
podcast.
Yeah.
Please hold. Where am I looking?
Just there. 16,
Oh, yeah.
So,
So with a 1628, that's
Solid time.
pretty good. Average watts of 225.
That's because she's a tiny human.
I was
but
just gonna say their
she's
watts per kilo
gone
would be
1423 from memory, I reckon.
1426.
1426. Close.
Yeah, listen to it,
That's
mate.
pretty amazing. Top man. Oh, I'm not too sure who that is. Got the colossal thing.
Can we start with the time, please? Hang on.
with a 11:43?
What the fuck?
okay. Hang on. Hold up. So we haven't had the podcast for a while, right? And
The
so
shit's just been blown up.
We've been seeing some fucked up shit happening with this idiot over here.
No,
So
not just
he
me.
actually-
Not just me.
Not just
me
you.
and the real Chamoy.
Yeah.
So as the listeners would know, the goal was to break 12,
Yes.
and myself and the real Chamoy did that a while ago. Together, both going
Like
up
together-
there,
together?
chopping up, not together.
Oh, that was the time you held on to the moto.
Oh my
Well,
God.
that might have been the date. That was when Julian flagged me. Since then, Real Chamoy has wanted to go under 12 by himself.
Yeah, he's
Has he?
selfish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Has he?
Yeah,
Yes.
he has.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So about 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
it was 2 weeks. Yeah.
2 weeks ago, he ran
He
a
did 2.
11.
Yeah, he did two
Two
runs,
laps.
didn't he? Yeah.
No, I think that was a different day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
On
actually-
this day, he did an 11:53 solo. He actually took the com from the bottom to the
first
first
switchback.
switchback at
a ridiculous average
And
speed
mind
of
you-
32k an hour.
World Tour, like Tour Down Under's been up there as
Yeah.
well.
that was the on top of that.
yeah. So
And they went 11:07 or something.
Yeah,
that's
no,
far.
11:15. I think
Something
is
like
the
That's
call
in-
for 14.
Yeah.
So Real Chamoy cracked 12 solo. So I was a little bit. I was a little bit disappointed.
I
that
shall have
wasn't the
none of
first.
this.
viewers at home, there was a big swallow there.
And I was no longer the fastest on.
He was
Nortons.
dethroned for 1 week.
So,
So then-
Monday the conditions were good.
They were, yeah, they were
The
so
wind
good.
was favourable.
I got dropped.
Alex had
yeah.
my wheel for the first 500 metres.
That was it. Yeah,
Are you-
502 watts normalized to hold his wheel.
Oh my god.
I decided that I thought Coach House was a good idea. So,
Yeah, that's right. That
Yeah,
day.
that's
I
right. We
don't
did meet you
know
on the
why. Have you
second
ever been
time.
at Coach House, Frank?
What's that?
Oh,
No, it wouldn't happen.
I got an idea.
It's the one
Oh,
just
God.
before Nortons.
So I had an idea when I was riding with these guys on Monday that you could do Coach House, Euro Norton, and Norton and call it like triple penetration.
Oh, I'm so down for that.
we thought you would be.
So hang on, Wang, what's your weight?
Sort of hovering around 68 to 69, my favourite number.
I
So-
weigh more than you. What the fuck? Anyway.
So getting back to the PB for the week was 11:43, average watts 424.
Fucking massive.
So you're looking watts per kilo, nerds. You're looking at 6.23 watts per kilo.
That's pro level, isn't it?
That's like Tour de
Nah.
France winning.
It's
Pog-
domestique.
Oh,
you
nah.
could get away
Pog
with
will
like,
do that for 40 minutes. I can do it for 10.
Mate.
That's 11. You know,
11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I did
Pog
set,
hasn't
I
been up
did
north
set
summer,
a all-time PB 10-minute and 5-minute power record on
Is
Monday
this
night.
absolute maximum?
No.
Couldn't go any harder?
No.
What?
Nah, I was alright.
He did
I didn't fall off a bike.
11:23 a couple weeks before that behind the moto.
So why are you holding
Don't tell
back
Jury
then?
that.
Why are you holding back?
I'm certainly not holding back.
Just giving
I was
Nick
fast
something
at
to
the
aim
top.
for.
Got to give the real Chamoy a chance.
Yeah, okay. Well, wow,
So
that's
end
a
game is com.
Yeah, what
Nah,
is the end game, actually?
11:30, sub 11:30, I think, is our next aim
Yeah.
Well, I do feel
with
like
myself and real Chamoy.
if you want to get the com, I feel like you better do it before the
The Tour Down
Good to
Under.
see
Tour
them
Down
go up.
Under.
Yeah,
at
it should
next
be
year.
awesome. Speaking of it, because you guys have both nailed PBs, do you want to change your name?
No, I'm happy with
I think
that.
I think
I've
that's
got
like
a cult
trademark.
following.
Okay, cool.
People know me more
yeah.
as Wang.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I do like when you refer to yourself in fourth person as the Wang.
As
Well,
the Wang.
in sentence.
I happened to be like 4 minutes behind him up the day on Monday, and when I did bump into him, he's like, "The Wang is back!"
Wang's always been there, mate. Just look down.
Yeah, Wang was just
Windmilling.
he was a bit flaccid for a few weeks.
I did see the blue pills you popped at the bottom.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Oh,
Oh, if
dearie
you ask
me.
Julian, it's meth.
All right, so we've had the top man, we've had the top woman. What
Yep.
about the men from the 15-minute bunch this week, Cash?
All right, let's start off with we've got a 15-16 toasted broccolini.
Thank you.
Broccolini.
No data,
Can you
though.
make shit taste any worse?
No, that's the good stuff.
Sorry, I messed up. Tossed broccolini.
Thank you.
Tossed.
Toasted would be.
Toasted will be
wouldn't it?
alright as well. I don't know.
I feel
Oh,
like
tossed.
Have you ever
Right.
put broccolini in a pan?
I do
right?
all the time.
I know, and then you put
Where
it in
else you
water.
go?
Water and then put the thing.
Yes.
Yep,
No.
yep.
Olive oil.
Yep,
Get
yep. Bit
out.
of salt, bit
Oh
of
my
chili.
god, it's weird.
Yes, it is.
Sorry,
He's
we're having a
like
moment.
the-
Me and Wang eating donuts and you two
The
spastics.
RADelaide cooking segment.
My daughter loves broccolini too, so I've got like small wins.
Yeah.
Broccolini.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you. All right.
Anywho. So they did 15-16.
Yeah, and their PB is 15-17. So that's
That's a
good
PB.
PB.
It is.
Very well done.
Nice
1
work.
second.
Good toss. All right. All right, let's go with the second 15-23. Clitoris.
It's actually clitoris.
Clitoris.
He's Spanish.
What I should have done is named this person Cleat Torres, like the
Oh,
shoe.
yes.
Cletus.
Yeah,
Cletus Torres.
Clitoris.
Cletus Torres. Oh, yes. And I forgot to mention before, their ride length was 80 Ks. So that's pretty good effort to pump out that. That's a great.
Yeah, man.
Second off the rank is Ivana Licu
Podcast regular.
with a
Yeah.
15:26. Their PB's 14:21. They did a 93k ride, so not bad.
Not bad.
Not
Good
bad.
size.
Check out the
Um,
watts on the next one.
I know, right? can you?
She's lost it.
You have to read it.
Where did you come up?
Seaweed. Seaweed Pupplebee. Pupplebee.
I just put a bunch of words
that
together.
got me today.
with a 15:28, 60k 1k ride. Their power was 366.
Oof.
Imagine if what their power would be for their PB of
366.
1307.
1307. I was looking 400 plus. I reckon.
Yep.
That's
Their
F.
PB's 1307.
Yeah.
Yeah,
is-
it's.
I'm impressed.
Behemoth.
That's huge. All right, and last but not
Huge.
least, I know this guy.
Yeah, you do.
Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil's.
I like
You
that.
know-
Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
Yes. Play on words.
Sorry.
Very good. Very good.
Been a bit slow off the ranks today. And he's hit a 15:23 on a 76k ride. His PB's 13:32, which doesn't surprise me. He's a bit of a hitter sometimes.
Is he new to the podcast?
No,
Okay.
he's been
No,
on
he's
there
been on
a few
quite a few times. Yeah.
325 average power. So just, I think he's just having
it-
a little convo there.
Is that two?
Yeah.
He's not bad.
Well, if you want to schling over the spreadsheet to the Wang, he will
Yes.
take us through the women.
Here you go. Don't break it.
It's already
Looks
broken.
like it's already broken
Oh,
to
mate,
me.
that was a bad day.
Okay. So the hand picks for the women this week is from the 19-minute time slot.
Which is interesting because the first one Frankie's put is a 17-minute.
Well, actually, so it was supposed
And there's
to be
also
the
two 18 minutes in there as well, so I'm not
First
sure
time
what's going
spreadsheeting?
on here.
No, I just took the fastest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and I just
Fastest
chucked them in.
women outside of the fast.
Yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I just
Righto.
chucked them in there.
I back that.
Thank you,
I'll take
thank
like
you.
it.
Because I was seeing them on, and there's a lot of PBs, so that's
Yeah,
why
okay,
I
we
decided.
don't need justification.
That's okay.
Anywho.
So with a 17:49 on a 48-kilometre ride, we have vegan greens and amphetamines.
What's
Yep.
your PB again?
1830.
Okay. So
I mean, that was a while ago now.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean you can't go back after it.
I need to lose like 15
There's
kilos.
no power data for this rider.
No, going blind.
Then we have an
Oh, this is a PB.
what do we got here?
Yeah.
Yeah, an 18:07 on a 39-kilometre ride. This
Look,
is a PB.
look at the improvement.
3%, and that is from the big
35
squid.
seconds.
So her past PB was 1840,
Yeah.
and now she's got 1807. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Can I just
Average watts on there?
interrupt?
No, there's no average heart rate 168, so she's working.
Mm.
She's working.
Did you guys remember when you were starting to get faster and faster at Norton's where there was like that 1 minute bracket that you just fucking couldn't get through for ages?
Yeah.
Like for me, it was 15. Like
Yeah.
I spent 2 years there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was like bang, 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 bang down into the lower 14s.
Yeah.
Funny you say that.
You
'cause
probably
I
just
actually
like
had
I
a look.
skipped from 17 to 12.
No, well, actually, the other day when I was going up it, I pulled out my phone to see what my first time was when I got back on the bike 4 years ago.
Oh, I'm intrigued.
Actually, I'll pull it
Here
up.
we go. 16 will be something.
Please
Nah,
hold.
it wasn't quite that low. Hang on, just
Dude,
let me
my
go on.
first time was like 32 minutes, so...
My first time, I got off my bike at the first switchback saying it wasn't possible.
yeah, I know, I remember saying.
So I've done, so 201 efforts. So my first time back on the bike after not being on the bike for 20 years, it was in July the 27th, 2018. Did a 16:03.
See, this is I said it on Monday. You and the real Chamoy are
just-
freaks,
yeah.
and that I'm okay with that. I'm not going to get to that level of 12 minutes up Norton, but that's just wild. Anyway,
Awesome.
And then the next time was a 15:48, so straight onto the 16s.
Yeah.
Next
Nice.
up on here we have an 18:48 on a 106 kilometre ride, so a solid ride.
Oh, that's not uncommon for this particular person, though.
No, she does bang out the Ks.
Yep.
Although just starting to get back into it after some time off the bike. Burnt cob loaf, 235 watts average power.
Working, though.
So good. Then we have coming in at a 19:36, one
Oh, 1935.
Hang on,
No, that's the
oh,
PB.
I did a
1935.
PB by
Beat it.
1 second.
Sorry, beat a BB by 1 second. Booby trap on a
This must have been targeted because it's
24
only 24
kilometre
day.
ride.
Okay, so this is the first time this person's been on the podcast, and they didn't
Yes.
actually set a 1 second PB.
Oh,
I just
what do
can't. No, I cannot see what their past PB was, so I just set it in the spreadsheet,
Okay.
so it would come up as a PB.
Ah,
So
yeah.
I actually don't know how much they bet their PB by,
But it was a PB?
but
It
it
was
was
a PB.
definitely a
Okay.
PB.
Well, congratulations
trap.
anyway. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that, this person. Looks like she might be an interstater. She's got a private Strava profile, so I can't see
Yes,
anything
so
about it.
kitties, as you would know, we stalk you.
I definitely have mine on Strava. Actually, in fairness, I had mine on private because I used to work for immigration.
Oh,
so
okay.
I actually
that's
had
fair
to have
enough.
everything on private.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Why?
Because you work for
Did you not
immigration.
listen to me?
Oh, okay.
At least you upload your rides.
All right. They're uploaded. They're just private.
They're just on
Yeah.
TP.
PB.
I don't use Strava as much as I
No, I'm
should.
talking about you. I'm talking about you.
Dude,
I'm
speaking of Strava sluts, when I upload a ride, guess who likes my ride within literally 2 seconds?
I've got a
Every time.
reputation to carry out.
Yeah, I know.
The Wang.
Always. Bam,
Jeez,
bam.
that's encouragement.
Yeah.
But if you just
Yeah,
need to do
yeah.
more than one ride every 6 months.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't get many.
Anyway.
kilos. And last,
Return.
rounding it out this week, we have Kevin07, regular to the podcast also. 80-kilometre ride in a 1945. Average power, 228 watts.
Nice.
Amazing,
Nice.
amazing.
Now, we
Yes.
don't actually have a hand pick.
Because I'm lazy.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Oh,
because
wow,
we've
he's
got
being
special,
nice.
incredible human over here, Cash Me Outside.
Yes.
What is your Norton PB?
13, 26.
24.
All right.
1324. That's okay because it was in 2016.
It's
so
a
it was
long time ago.
ago. But do you remember like
It was a warm summer's day. It was,
The wind was blowing
the
lightly.
wind was very light and fluttering. No, I was riding a Giant Propel, just a rim brake. It was light.
Don't diss the rim brake.
No, I'm about it.
I had one too.
I was actually thinking about, I want to get my Evo rebuilt, my Super 6,
Mhm.
and just give it a
Beautiful bike.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I had a stages on it, but I don't reckon it was that accurate.
All right.
But I reckon the average power probably would have been in the high 300s, maybe 400.
Nah, it would have had to have been
That's epic.
420s, 430s.
And was it like I'm going for a PB today kind of thing, or is it just so happened that you were feeling good?
I'm pretty sure this was the same day I had to do a 5-minute power test. And
I'll just make it 13.
I just kept going
Good.
because I felt good.
like
Because I was trying to, and then a couple of weeks later, I did my best 5-minute power of all time.
Were you by yourself or was it in a bunch?
Then,
Solo?
I can't remember. I
Get
can't
back to me
remember
on that one,
much.
please.
I will. Get back to you.
What do you think the hardest
group.
part?
The what?
What do you think the hardest part of
Not
the whole
going
climb?
too hard at the bottom, I think, is the hardest
The
part.
first,
No. Yeah.
to the first switchback is the hardest part of that
No,
climb.
no way.
Nah?
The hardest part is
I know what you're going to say.
The middle
Second-
section.
the
fourth
second long
switchback,
drag,
Yeah,
that long drag.
to the white gate, to before the false flat.
Yeah, I know.
That
what
for
you're
me, that's my hell.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would agree.
The
That's the same
worst.
for me. Yep.
Oh,
It's the first to the first
no, the
switchback
first
for
is the
me.
best.
But I negative pace it, so I finish quicker than I start.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you know when Cashy, he PB'd me up Norton Summer. I think this was in the 18s at some point.
Yeah,
It was that exact spot where I think
yeah.
I
you
either
did.
like touched your wheel and almost
Started
fell over,
moaning
Or-
like a pawn.
or that, all of the above. It's terrible. Anyway,
It's interesting. It's very
good.
interesting how people attack the climb.
yes.
You can I think you can make or break yourself before the first switchback.
You definitely need
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
a strategy
Mm.
on that climb. You can't just go balls out for the whole.
I try and, because I guess for me, holding that sustained power is hard. Like for that long amount of time, I would rather like push it harder around the switchbacks and sit back into like high threshold, and then
Do you look at your
Awesome.
power, or do you look at your speed, or do you look at your split?
I've never looked at my split in my whole life. Power.
Power.
Always power. Yeah.
It's about the power.
But that time I did the PB, I didn't have anything. I just went
Yeah.
on feel.
I toggle between power and split on my own PB.
Interesting. Why not speed? Because you know how
Doesn't
much.
matter. Speed's irrelevant.
Even though you know how fast you need to go in order to like get you.
That would mess with me so much. That would hurt my soul. Speed.
It's fair to say though, like if the conditions are right and you're feeling good with power, you're going fucking fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. It actually speed is nothing because I did a 15 a couple of weeks ago on my LA, 2 massive bottles in there. Did a 15 and still averaged 380 or something like that.
Yeah, I remember you saying that the other day.
Literally.
I did 15:40 on Monday up behind the wang. It was like 3:20 or something like that.
Crazy.
That's
Well,
anyway,
on that note,
So some cool stuff is coming up though. Today we had the David Roots Memorial Handicap out at Harbour.
It was a modified.
That's ROOTES. You fucks.
Cashy and I literally just like looked at each other side-eyed.
Weirdos.
Look, it's.
It was a new course they used out there today as well because of the
kind of out and back because of
because
the
of
roadworks.
those roadworks at the moment.
We saw a few stragglers out there when we rolled past.
Yeah, I think Darren Buckley actually won that today. So
Interesting.
Black Chrome.
He has a nice bike. He's
Does have
always
a
has a
nice
nice
bike.
bike.
Mine's for sale though.
He's got an next for it. His was for sale.
Yeah, he was going to buy it. Mine.
No, he
Was
probably
he?
will.
Anywho, moving on.
Looks good on a bike too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday the 4th of December, this is a real common one from Adelaide Hills Cycling Club, is the Forest and Road Race out of Gumaraka.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's not a bad course.
Yeah.
Tuesday and Wednesday at the Adelaide Superdrome for Oz Cycling SA. And then on Friday the 2nd through to Sunday the 4th, we've got the SA and NT Junior State Track Championships.
Ooh.
And then the Wang's favourite, the Port Adelaide Gritty City Gritty CX.
No, I don't like it. Don't like it.
Just
Gritty.
outside the city.
That's only 20 minutes long.
It's CX race.
That's
though.
CX.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah.
short races.
Yeah.
Is that because it's harder?
Not just flat out.
Yeah.
Okay.
gritty.
I'll actually be down there if anyone wants to come say hi. And then South
Racing
Coast
on
I'm
the
not
S-Works?
racing. Yeah, I'll race the gravel bike, the CX bike.
In saying that, I retrofitted cross tyres onto my LA and they just fit just.
On the S Works, you can put 35s. I'm not saying I have, but
He has.
may have done them all. No, I haven't done them.
Yeah.
30's on there at the moment, hasn't it?
30s, yeah,
Yeah.
delicious.
Victoria's,
Yeah, South Coast Cycling Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the Edwardstown Velodrome. Saturday, 10th of December is the Port Adelaide Dockside Crits.
Yes, that should be a good day.
That should be
Also
an
doubles
awesome day.
as the state championships.
Ah, there you go. And then coming back, Tuesday, 13th of December, NCC Crits at Vic Park.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I
Yeah,
have
Tuesday
sad news.
church.
What do you mean?
I'm not here
Why?
because I'm going to Olympic Dam.
Oh, damn.
I know. FIFA
Wrestling?
Live.
At least it's not that other hole.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
that
they're
a whole call?
You've probably got
Moranbah,
internet at Olympic
Mount
Dam.
Isa. Yeah, I think I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going into FIFA work, so like 8 days on, 6 days off.
Ugh.
For how long?
Until I die.
Till she can
No.
afford a $1 million house.
Yeah, basically.
That's the norm now, though.
Are you come back down to
Yes,
Adelaide
I am.
for your off?
So it's
on-
okay.
yeah.
We will
Sundays?
still have podcasts. Yeah, it'll be every alternative Sunday, I think.
Okay.
What do they call it in FIFA? Swing.
Yeah,
Swing.
every
Yeah.
swing, whatever we want to call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, ladies, gentlemen, boys,
Sounds erotic.
girls, and all. Fucking hell. All
I was
creatures.
hoping you went there.
Swing the hinge.
It's a wild place.
Just bumble your way through.
Oh
I
dear.
mean, Tinder with that. Tinker.
Tinker, yeah.
Oh my god. Well,
Coffee grinder.
if you guys. Fucking Jesus. Alright.
I've enjoyed myself.
Have
Sorry.
you? Well, if you've enjoyed yourself and if you've also missed us and you want us to keep giving you episodes, please follow us on Facebook. Wait, I am like going all over the place. Wait, did I say that properly? Oh my god, I'm dyslexic.
And so am
Through, if you
I. Frickin'.
hang on, they're like they're going backwards. Can someone else read that sentence? I can't read that.
If you enjoy,
Here we go.
if you enjoyed yourself.
Oh yeah, there we go. Why don't you give fuck?
Yeah, it's written just fine.
I know. My brain. Fuck. It's almost like I just had an aneurysm. If you, someone else.
Can someone check on it?
I'm dying.
Oh, if you've enjoyed yourself, why don't you give us a follow through your favourite podcast app or access all our episodes through YouTube as well. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and don't forget to tell all your friends and share it
See
with
how
everyone.
hard that was, Frankie? We're all over the socials. We give you updates, info, and let you know how Frankie's ambulance trip just went. We'll let you know when new episodes are out, along with other podcast news and information. And again, if you want to support the podcast, head to our Buy Me a Coffee page. And if you donate, we'll give you a shout out on the podcast next week.
Cool. Also, we'd love your feedback and to know your thoughts as well. So hit us up and let's have a chat through our Facebook or Instagram page, or Hinge or Tinder. or shoot something through to RADelaide@gmail.com.
And with that, if you happen to see our old co-host out on Norton, please give him a hug.
We
for
miss
us.
you, Josh.
We miss you.
See ya.
Ciao.
Ta-da.